attack him. So we got plenty of time to fucking dogpile him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we have
there-
1 minute to set up on
One
him.
minute, or basically, I think it breaks on damage or gets advantage on saving
It
throws when
gets
damaged.
advantage on damage.
It does get to test.
No,
at the
yeah,
beginning of
it
its
gets
turn,
to
so we-
reroll. Yeah, at the end of the turn.
So we need to
And
roll it.
anytime it takes damage, it can make another saving throw with advantage.
Yeah.
Indeed. But that's why I said last time we did it, it was just, it's helpless, we tie it up. Or incapacitated, yeah.
Yeah, I can restrain it with my chain, which will make it fall down on the ground. It will not actually damage it unless the fall damages it.
I'm not sure if fall damage counts or not.
Depending on how high
I
it is.
think it's any damage.
Yeah,
it's
each time it takes damage is what the spell says.
Well, if it gets restrained, then at that point it's restrained.
Yeah, that's true. But it can try to escape.
Yeah.
At this point, it's incapacitated, which means it can't resist.
Yeah, Seraph. Move in.
How high is it up exactly?
It's like 10 feet up, so you could just, it's basically just, head height. You could reach up and swing at it.
Okay, if it was too high, I was gonna jump up and try and grab its leg and drag it down.
Oh yeah, it's high enough that you could jump and grab it, or you could reach up and swing.
Swing, swing, swing.
So I'm kind of wondering if we should delay it so we can all get in. But up to you. I don't really care.
Harold doesn't care about plans.
Not in this case. Sorry, I was just checking the rules for something real quick. I think we barely ever use.
But yeah, no. Let's set. What are we trying to accomplish? Are we trying to capture it or just kill it?
First one, then the other.
So I guess capture first. I guess I could try and grapple it.
I guess.
Hmm.
That's what the rules I was looking for. It's page 195. String grapple, strength is using a free. I only need one free hand, so
Why is grappling always the most complicated thing in any system?
much easier. 5e at least.
It's not. Strength athletics.
What about when target is
Contested
helpless?
by. Well, it's incapacitated. I don't think it can resist anything. I can't remember where the fucking conditions are because.
They're pretty much at the very
obviously,
back. Can't
they
take
are-
actions or reactions.
Okay.
Alright, guess I'm gonna be trying to make a strength athletics check against
Oh,
his
conditions,
whatever he
yeah.
chooses.
Against strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics.
Guess it can resist then.
So roll your athletics and I'll roll his acrobatics.
Thank you, Roll20. Yeah, that didn't happen.
Too slippery.
You sort of wriggle out of your grip and just carries on laughing in your face.
But
He's
he didn't
oily.
take damage, so.
Yeah.
He did not take damage, so he's just going to carry on laughing at you.
Well, that was pretty funny looking at Sarah trying to flail at him. I would laugh too if I had a means to laugh.
Can
If
I
you
open a
were
door
real
and
boy.
attack?
Hmm?
Can I open a door and attack? Oh, you said you opened it when you heard them going. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I kind of figured that you were basically like hitting both doors open at the same time.
Yeah.
All right, is good. Sounds amazing.
That's where I used the natural 20.
Okay. Okay. So he's a fiend, so he's not a favorite enemy.
He is a fan,
Indeed.
yes.
And he is a floating fiend.
Yes.
This is where South is just gonna kill it in like, one round. I'm not South, Sesh.
Probably.
Could be.
All
The
right.
problem is if he saves here, he gets to act next.
I mean, if I had Defiance Smited, I might have killed it, but still.
17.
17 will hit.
Okay. And sneak attack. Oh my.
Neck.
And do. Do I get sneak attack on all of the attacks?
Sneak
in this
attack is
one?
only once per round.
Okay, cool.
So.
But Hunter's Mark can apply on any roll.
Yeah, well, I didn't cast Hunter's Mark because I still had my concentration on the stealth thing. So
Yes, you did.
okay, so that is
You hit sneak instead of
Oops.
yeah.
Sneak
Longbow
attack.
damage.
Yes, I did. 11 again. Fuck my life.
I mean, I don't know if 11 is good or bad.
Well, it's a 5 on a D8.
So it's basically just over average.
Yeah.
So 33, 39.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna get saving throws.
Yeah.
And I think it's each time it takes damage, so
Each time it takes damage, so yeah, it gets to save 3 times.
I believe in you, because you get advantage on these.
Yep.
So for the first one, still no. For the second one,
Yes.
yes. The laughing fit is over.
And now it gets to go.
Well then. Who do I wish to target? It finishes laughing, still flying up there near the ceiling. And it's just going to reach down with one hand toward Saroff.
Alrighty.
Please go ahead and make for me a wisdom saving throw.
Is this an ability or a spell?
This is an ability.
Okay.
Doesn't Zeroth give himself passively a wisdom advantage for saving proficiency?
There's the reason why it's +9 right now.
Okay.
Okay, you don't have advantage. You just have a plus for it.
Also, Incubi can passively charm men.
They're demons. I think
They
remove the
can
whole...
passively charm humanoids.
Oh,
Well, is he charmed with 15?
I don't know.
mean,
I don't know why it's always assumed that it was sex specific. That succubi could charm men, and incubi could charm females.
It used to be.
Yeah, but you can't assume someone's gender like that anymore.
Or their sexuality, yeah.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, South, that is a failure.
God damn it. I should have used protection from evil before doing this.
So he's just going to reach down to you and whisper and say, "Smite them all, my dutiful paladin."
Quick, kill it! kill it then.
No, I guess capture is off the table now.
Not
Yeah.
necessarily. No, I could still suggestion this thing into. Which is why I'm wondering: do we just throw damage? Do I just throw damage at this thing, or do I try to use suggestion to end this immediately?
Donna has a +1 on the wisdom saves.
Well, that's the thing. It statistically like 75% of the time suggestion works because we know it's susceptible to these kinds of spells, and we know it's got a +1 on its wisdom saving throws.
Yeah, the real problem is that Justin is concentration and Sarot is going to smite you in the face.
Not necessarily.
Well,
Actually,
yeah.
I don't think he can even get to me.
Yeah, could
Go
be.
Ruin, good luck.
Yeah, if he's not an ally anymore, so he can't pass through ruin.
No.
And with
that's
that, he is going to fly around behind South.
Do you
That's
think
not
you can
far enough to get
escape
away from
me?
suggestion.
Yeah, he's not getting far enough away from anybody.
It's the only place he can go to that's far away from anybody. It's the corner of a room.
Well, he's flying over here and, starting to pull open a window.
Oh crap. Okay. Anyone have a major issue with the idea of throw suggestion at him?
No.
Nah.
Suggestion is great and makes good friends at people.
Suggestion is bullshit, is what I think you mean to say. But,
This opinion is driven by the Incubus gang.
That's true. The Incubus has nowhere to talk when it comes to mind control spells.
So, you also notice that Darwin next to you is now sort of shaking his head and looking around a little confused.
Yep. That's why you always paranoid.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Anything.
Okay, let's go ahead and test this. Maybe I'll roll a natural 1 again.
Let's fucking hope so.
It's not a 1, but it is a failure.
Alright, sentence 02, Diero.
For some reason, fiends that, can charm people are not immune to charm themselves.
Yeah.
Stop escaping, lie submissively on the ground. Release Saroth from his release the paladin from his charm, and obey any future commands I give.
Well, I guess Succubus will do that on his turn, but otherwise combat is gonna be over after Saroth pummels one of us in the face.
That's my thinking.
Yep, so. Alright.
Let me. I don't have the book ready. I think if you attack him, his suggestion will instantly break.
Yeah.
I believe so.
But you can go sit on him, I guess. Though I wouldn't recommend it.
It's like,
Ooh,
yes, she
my.
devil, go sit on the incubus.
I've
I
seen
didn't
fat
mean it
out
like
of this.
This is how tieflings are made.
You people are the worst. Good grief. I don't know why I'm here.
Ow.
Yep, if any of your companions damage the target, the spell ends.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's the very last sentence of the spell.
You can do whatever else you want.
You might just say hidden so Saroth doesn't nuke you.
True.
Because he's just been given instructions to smite his friends.
Who is Sarah's friend? Who does he even consider a friend? We are
Smite
back
the
to friend.
house down.
We are
Smite
back
them
to
all.
friend business.
I have no friends.
Right now, Sibo is the leprechaun that tells everyone to burn things.
Yes.
So what will Art do?
Um, wooden shutters that open outward. Yeah. Well, there is like a latch into the handles for it.
Lay the fiend on the ground, put the rod on his chest.
Hmm.
This is your chance to kill Saroth.
Because you must.
If someone could kill me in one turn, it probably would be Art. Yep. I'm magically looking at Ruin.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's my turn.
And you think you are stealthed.
$32, you would think. Yeah. All right. Well, I have a. It's possible I can prevent Saroth from smiting any of us.
You can try to grapple him.
Yeah, I can try and
I was-
restrain him.
Yeah, I was really going to suggest Art do that, but that's probably not best to ever get into a contested strength roll with Sarah. But Ruin might be able to do it.
Do it with
No.
your chain.
It's
I
also
can do
if Art failed, then he would get smited. Smoted? Smitten? No, wait, that's
Yeah.
something different.
But yeah, I can do it from here.
Smote.
I'll
Smote is the word
I'll
that I
use
think of.
Fighting Spirit to give me advantage on all my attacks. So I get. So first I need to hit Saroth's AC with my strength. What's Saroth's AC?
Grappling, you
What?
don't actually need to attack. It's just a straight up attack.
If he's throwing his chain, he does.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
AC of 18, so hit
but
that.
18. I have +8, so I just need to roll.
I kind of regret not putting down the shield rather than the mace.
Well, I mean, there's no way for you know that this would happen. But those are pretty
It's probably a
good.
good thing you didn't pick up your armor yet.
I have advantage, so let's throw that shit. Yeah, you hit. Oh, I hit you. All right, and now, now we make strength tests, I guess. Opposed strength. What
Is it
people
straight up
in-
strength or?
Yeah.
I believe so. I have 20 strength. You have probably something similar.
Nah, I'm two below you. So I got a 4.
Well, let's do it. You got 15. All right. Let's see what this does say. Yeah, doesn't apply. So let's try it. Yeah, you're strange, son. Until
Tackle him. Tackle him.
until you calm down. But yeah, no, that's my turn then.
Honk.
It's not a spell effect, so I can't dispel it. So I don't think there's anything I can do against him. So
Yeah.
I don't think I'm doing anything.
All right, Seroth then.
Yep, my girl. I can't smite with javelin, so I have no reason to take them out and toss them at people. So I guess I guess I had to break out into my turn. That's not. I don't think that's. I'm going to assume that's not breaking out.
I don't think so.
You just stand there wriggling.
Yeah. Then it would go back to Shesh, and then it would be back to Fiend, and the Fiend would have to do the thing that it's meant to do.
All right. Well, I'll hold my action then, because I'll move and get myself lined up a bit better. But yeah, I'm not going to attack him because I quite clearly heard Diero giving him an order. So
Yeah.
Alright, I could have readied an action to target it with a spell, but
I'd be okay if you wanted to do that now.
yeah, I'll ready another hideous laughter at it.
Okay.
Wow. The creature will slow itself down to crouch low on the floor. For sitting back on its haunches and lowering itself down. Let me see exactly what suggestion says. So yeah, what was your suggestion specifically?
Oh god damn it.
I think you told it to lie down.
Stop escaping, lie down on the floor, end the charm on the paladin, and do, whatever I tell you to do.
Okay. So it is going to lower itself down and then lie down on the ground. And Zeb, I'm going to send you a message now.
Does Saroth get to resist this again, or is it permanent?
It's a permanent charm, lasts for 24 hours.
Yeah, it's the same as the succubus one.
Oh, okay.
At least I'm assuming it is, considering they're kind of like the same species of feed.
Yes, it is going to lower itself and lie down on the floor. And then after it has complied, it is going to stand up again.
Ow! Sharp little claws. No, the kid just reached up and stabbed me.
Mhm.
Actually, Tasa doesn't reach this far, so it's gonna be phantasmal force.
Yes, dear, you're up.
Yeah, looks like it's found a loophole in your orders. You
Mm,
didn't tell it to keep staying on the ground.
Well, the problem with the
Well-
instructions or suggestion is once it has complied with it, it can then act as it sees fit. So it lowered itself, it lay down. It still had things it could do. So it stood up.
Okay. I order it to lie down, to sit down, continue sitting down until I say otherwise, and stop fighting.
Which it will then do so on its next turn.
Okay.
Are we gonna keep going through this until it either escapes or finds or we go through all the possibilities of it trying to get away?
So is everyone just holding?
I'd like to get into range, but I can't. Because Saroth will smite me if I do. Possibly.
Well, Saroth is currently restrained. He can't do shit unless he's broken and breaks out of it. But yeah, no. I'm worried about things, but I can't say those things because then Alto will do those things.
Well.
What will Art do? I don't know.
Ready an attack.
Gag its mouth so it can't make any more suggestions of its own.
That could actually work. Restrain it, bind it, and gag it. Oh no, it's not lying down yet.
Yes.
It's just standing there doing nothing.
That said, you could tie its hands together. If it's just standing there.
Yeah, and it has been told to stop fighting, so it can't resist you.
You're not trying to hurt it, you're just trying to restrain it.
If we are tying it up, tying its mouth, then I don't know what we are going to gain from this.
Well, at the moment, tying it up and gagging it is just a way to get it completely under our control so we have a bit of space to think about what we want to do with it.
Because
Well,
it has shown to be looking for loopholes to get out of suggestion. And until we have closed those loopholes, or broken them rather, then it does still pose a danger. Or we could just kill it, I guess.
Yeah, that would work.
I don't know about this because suggestion is such a vague spell, so it's. I have no idea what it actually does.
Basically,
I know what it says.
you
but-
can give basic commands to something, and one of the effects of suggestion it has to follow your instructions to the letter. However, in combat terms, if the instructions you give it are not strict enough, it can follow them while still doing other things as well, including attacking people unless specifically told not to.
Mm.
So the instruction it was given was to stop escaping, to lie down, and to
Release.
release Saroff.
Yeah.
So it complied, and then it stood up again because it still had movement.
Okay.
Am I crazy in thinking this is just like demanding we be even more pedantic in any future use of the spell?
You're talking
Yeah.
about charm spells. That's pretty much the definition of pedantic spells to begin with.
Yeah. I guess the correct thing to do here is to do not do anything I'm not telling you to do. So then that could. Do fiends breathe?
I mean, technically yes, but telling it not to would be suicidal, and so it would get a saving throw.
Yes, that is the problem, isn't it? Do they live? Is living a verb? Is it something you do?
Jesus Christ. Oh.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't think. I don't think you need to. I don't think you need to roll for it unless it resists.
Yeah. So you can just bind its wrists if you want to, and I'll basically just have to have it make some sort of test to try and break out of the bonds if it gets a chance to.
Yeah.
So ruin.
Right. Well, as far as we know, Seroth should be still. Should be now freed from its influence, but it has shown to be unruly and insubordinate. So I'm just gonna keep Seroth under wraps. Until we get a confirmation on anything. Or until we kill the fiend. So I think I'll just hold my action then. I guess I'll ready an attack with my javelin. And that's it.
Okay. Pause.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I'm gonna move here and prepare ready a Tasha Sidious left if it tries anything that I deem hostile or unfortunate.
Okay.
And now,
So-
big question, Sharoth.
Taros will stop trying to resist the chain. He won't be trying to break out. Not then.
Well, good, but you're gonna stay restrained until we've resolved the situation.
Anyway, Sedge's turn.
Indeed. You're muted.
So Art has tied it up now.
Tied
Yes.
its hands, yes.
What do we want to do now? What do we want Sedge to do now? Because we're all preparing actions, but what are we preparing actions in? Wait for his turn?
We are readying actions if it on its turn if it does something hostile, tries to escape or something like that.
Yeah, tries to escape, tries to charm somebody, tries to,
Okay.
attack somebody.
Okay. Then I too will ready an attack.
Okay. The creature, for its part, is going to sink back down to the floor, sitting down with back to the wall, and slowly lean over to one side so it's like lying there reclined. And will stay there.
So, Dero,
Yeah. I don't know anymore.
Things go wrong.
Combat is over if you want it to be. It is lying down, it is not resisting.
So is there any way to interrogate this thing safely?
Of course there is. There's order it to, what was it? Fuck me. Remain peaceful, do not attempt to escape or to resist, and answer this question truthfully. And let's make sure we say that in full every single goddamn time. We want to say something. We want to ask it something. And that should work, I think, I guess.
Yeah, if we all have our weapons trained on it, it should be fine. I guess the first question would be to ask: is Saroth still enthralled, charmed, mind controlled, or any way influenced by you or your
Yes.
fiendish
While
powers?
continuing to do everything else I have suggested, release whatever hold you have on the paladin and restore him to his free will.
I got free will. Everyone's got free will.
Okay, good.
All right, so is combat over now? Are we doing this?
I would say, yeah, combat is over, but out of combat we are still ready to attack.
Mm-hmm.
Keep a really close eye on this guy, but not too close eye.
Well, if we're out
Yeah,
of
I
combat,
basically have a ready action ready for him constantly.
all right. If we're out of combat, I'd suggest then that Art bind his legs as well.
Yeah, and wings and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Just truss him up like a turkey, Art. I mean, you're the one who's next to him, and I don't think you're actively holding a weapon on him at the moment. Yeah. Yeah, because I was going to do it, but then I realized that would mean I'd have to put my bow down.
I believe the incubus has sat down on a bed. You could take the sheets and like wrap him in those.
Mummify him.
Oh, I,
Let's start firing questions.
Everyone have their weapons on him at all times.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Surge
Back
is
when
ready.
my other was.
We don't want another disappearance trick like the drow.
What do we want to know from it? That's the question.
Well, first I would like to him verbally confirm that Saroth is no longer being influenced in any manner at all.
Confirm that truthfully and don't attempt to deceive us.
Yeah, and keep doing what Diero already told you to do.
He has been told to act as he sees fit.
Yeah,
This was
I'm
the
in
fiend's
control of
answer.
myself.
He's been told. That doesn't sound like much of a control of himself. my paranoia might be now detrimental. But Serot straying just strained. I guess Serot can make questions though.
Hmm.
Indeed, that is true. But I feel the one that could suggest to him would be best to be able to tell him what to do when he responds. Did I put that right? Yeah, I put that right.
Hmm?
Oh, just making sure I actually worded what I was trying to say right.
There's been something I've been trying to double, triple, and quadruple check, and I cannot find anything that states it as such. And as I say, I cannot find anything anywhere that says that a succubus or incubus can actually willingly end its charm effect prematurely.
I'm not the one looking at the set block, so I wouldn't know. But regardless, we still have plenty of questions about its potential allies as well.
Oh yeah, I was also muted. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. You didn't actually talk over me because I was muted. So yes. We'll pretend that we don't. That this isn't going to end in one way, and we'll just ask the questions we need to ask. I think are important to ask.
Mm-hmm.
So we are probably going to use the litany that we've already said several times. That will keep the incubus complacent.
I assume you're doing so you don't have to utter the same sentence 20 times.
Yes. Basically, I suppose the first question is, what were you doing in this house?
I was watching over that one. See how close he was. Found out how much he knew.
How long have you been watching him?
Weeks, perhaps. Without his knowing.
Did you bring him under your influence?
Since the day we met.
What have you had him do?
I allowed him to act freely. He continued looking into things, investigating, questioning. I had him kill a few people.
Well, all right. Who is it you serve?
Do any of you speak Abyssal?
No.
He's simply going to speak something in a language that none of you are familiar with then.
How awful.
Litany, but please answer in a manner. Answer the preceding question in a manner comprehensible to people who speak common.
The name does not translate well, I'm afraid.
Then describe it.
Wait, is Infernal and Abyssal different languages?
Yes,
Yeah.
they are.
Yeah, because they are devils and demons, so they're a completely different thing. Apparently.
Yes. Devils are hell, speak infernal. Demons are the abyss, they speak abyssal.
I thought the Rakshasa were devils and not demons.
They're technically neither. They're fiends. They're whatever the fuck neutral demons are called because they're neutral evil.
Fucking pointless.
Since
Excuse me. I'm allergic to neutral evil.
Mhm.
I serve a lord of the nine hells. We are, how you say, but scouts.
How many of you are in the city?
Difficult to be sure. Five to my knowledge. There could be others.
Who are you? Who are these others pretending to be?
Many people. Your friend was onto something. Some of them.
Okay. I guess he's not answering the question.
One likes the guise of Crown's Guard. I think he's currently a captain. I don't know what he calls himself. The superior runs a brothel.
That is slightly helpful.
Another one acts as his guard, and then there is our superior. He likes to be elusive.
Is there a Rakshasa among you?
He's gonna sort of turn his head to the side and just spit on the ground. We would not willingly work with such.
Do you know of a Rakshasa in the city?
It's not impossible. Personally, no.
Do you know who has committed the murders recently, other than the ones that you had Darwin commit?
No. Many of the murders Darwin carried out. Myself, or others gathered what we needed after.
Sorry, I may have missed something when I was in the bathroom. He's saying this dude did the murders?
He had Darwin commit some murders, yes.
Okay. He had him do it while he was controlled.
Yes.
What is Darwin doing right now?
He's pretty much curled up in the fetal position, holding his head.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, no, apparently the Fiends don't know anything about any Rakshasas in the city.
Hmm.
They might be competing in the city.
Well, if they were competing, they would know about each other.
So either our information was false, or it was a big ruse to get us to fight these fucking Fiends, knowing full well that we couldn't fulfill the contract.
We basically need to know who all the people are, where they are, all that fun stuff.
So what is your goal in this city? You and the 5 others. What is it you seek to accomplish?
Like I said, we're the scouts. We came through, we make sure everything is suitable, and when we're ready, the gate must be larger.
Okay. How did you... By what means did you came to this city with?
That is complicated. One day, some months ago, a gateway opened up that led to here. Some of us came through as an advance path.
Where is this portal located?
You see him really contorting his face like he doesn't want to tell you.
Ooh. Interesting.
You guys question name, I'm going to be away from the keyboard for a while, like 10 to 20 minutes. Sorry.
He doesn't want to tell. Can you believe this? Oh my goodness.
Which is difficult considering you've got a suggestion to him which would basically force him to.
Yeah, pretty much.
See him like for a minute trying to sort of force his own jaw shut as part of it is trying to make him speak the words. Well, eventually he does speak up. The ossuary gates.
The ossuary?
Mm-hmm. That's
What
right.
is ossuary? Is it some kind of a church? I don't understand.
I mean, an ossuary is a place where bones are put.
I see.
Not quite a cemetery, but usually somewhere nearby to a cemetery.
Okay, no, well, okay then. Now we know that there's a gate to hell
Mm.
in the city.
The ossuary gates. The Raven's Den.
Yep, there we go.
Yep. God damn it. Okay, well, anything else we want to ask? Is anything guarding the gate?
Always safe. Always protected.
Okay, so it's guarded too.
By what?
So starts trying to sort of bite at his tongue again before he speaks. One of my sisters.
Okay.
Many imps.
And imps too, wonderful. Do you know how this gate was formed?
It just doesn't respond. It just slowly shakes its head.
Okay, so this reminds me of the phenomenon that one drow guy talked about.
Oh yeah, the gates to hell.
Yeah. So now that shit's gonna start here too, apparently.
Apparently.
Maybe we should shake his crystal and be like, "Yo, there's a gate to hell opening up here." What?
Yeah, good dude.
Well, I don't know if that's gonna work. Since he's in suspended animation within the thing, I don't think he can sense or hear or anything while in there. Any more questions to this guy?
And basically, would like to know all 5 who they are, how we can find them, but I actually can't be bothered to go through all the trouble of finding out. Personally. I mean, he's going to tell us, but it's gonna take like an hour.
Well, basically, given the gist, because he's already given you most of them. The proprietor of the brothel and one of his assistants, captain of the guard himself, and one that tends to take many faces but is usually guarding the portal.
Okay. So yeah, it's
Okay.
her the sister succubus probably with the imps. So that's all
So
five.
is it 5 Finns total?
Well, he's implying 5 succubi / incubi, including himself.
Okay. So Grotto Predator and his god. Was it his god or his aid?
It's been referred to assistant / bodyguard.
God, then captain of the guard, or who was the captain working for the marshal?
Yeah, Captain Garrick Kabanoff.
And those are the guys in public, and then the Sim himself and the one guarding the gate.
The one we captured. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's 5.
Next question: do you have other allies within this city? Other than the ones you have already told us about?
Allies? No. People under our influence, certainly. If you'd consider them allies, then perhaps yes.
Well, those are not important. I don't see them being important until we kill the rest.
Well, these guys are at least easier to take on than Rakshasa.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that we don't get paid, but
Yeah. But hopefully the marshal pays us for dealing with fucking fiend infestation.
if we can prove it. Anyway, do you have
And solving the
you-
murders.
well, do you? Let's see. You already said that you serve this 9 Hells person, but do you take orders from anyone within the city, or do you other fiends such as you take orders from anyone within the city?
Proprietors in charge.
Okay. Good. Any other questions? Is there anything within the city that you are afraid of?
It's a very good question, actually.
Yeah.
Discovery.
Yeah, that's pretty spooky.
Well, we discovered you now.
Anybody got any more questions?
I can't think of anything. How do we close the gate?
I don't know, and frankly, I'd prefer if you didn't ruin our work.
Fuck your work.
Yeah.
It's unlicensed. You didn't have permission to build
Didn't,
in the
didn't have planning
fucking city.
permission.
Indeed. I can't believe you've done
Hey,
this.
he didn't open the gate, he just found the gate and came through.
Fine. Fine. Do you know any other gates existence in the mortal world? Well, okay, maybe not mortal world, but in Armengard, or whatever kingdom this is.
Difficult to say. I heard rumor of different gates opening different places at different times. I don't know where they went.
I'm gonna show the device, the broken device that we believe opens the gate, and ask if it knows what it is.
Is this gonna raise an eyebrow slightly? What it is? No. But it is familiar.
It's hell technology.
Suddenly, this is a Doom campaign.
Hmm.
BFG division intensifies.
Indeed. So, any more questions for the second round?
I can't think of any myself.
Yeah.
All right. In that case,
Do these things discorporate, unincorporate? Do they disappear when we kill them? I forget.
They are sent back to the Nine Hells, where they'll slowly rematerialize, I think.
Pretty much the last time you faced one of these, it kind of crumbled to ash. And yeah, would basically be sent back to its home plane.
So if we want to bring this to anyone's attention, we're gonna have to literally drag it there.
I've got it under basically control for the next 8 hours. So
Oh,
we can do that.
yeah, no, I know. I mean, I was being figurative when I said literally drag it there. Like, we can't just cut its head off and take the head there. We have to take it.
Yep. Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Ruen's a samurai, so his word is trusted beyond all other measures.
Indeed, the samurai did witness this.
Yes, I by samurai statement trump all evidence.
We bring it to the people, say all of us witnessed this. They go, but are any of you samurai?
Here's that one, the big one.
Samurai.
Yeah, this robot
Oh, okay then.
yeah, we believe you.
But he is not people.
And then we get into a philosophical debate about the nature of nature of the soul.
Precisely. Unicorn samurai, robot samurai.
I mean, unicorn is samurai because there was a fucking Kirin clan.
But Alphonse is alive, and therefore so is Ruin.
Yes, but then there were other clans that they weren't great clans to begin with.
The Kami samurai.
Mhm.
Because they're not humans either.
Big
Well,
K Kami.
anyway. I guess if we can keep it under control, we'll take the Incubus and Dobbin with us.
Ooh,
And
that's
go see.
gonna be. Who are we going to see? I'm just gonna.
I don't know.
So
Yeah.
the marshal wasn't fiend. Was that
No,
it?
but the marshal's captain is a fiend.
The marshal's captain is a fiend. Okay. So we need to get to a figure of authority without going through the marshal's captain. Also, should we be wrapping this thing up in like a sheet or something so that Ruin isn't carrying a fucking incubus openly through the streets?
Yeah, it's fine.
No one knows. It'll be like New York.
Yeah. Oh, it is nighttime, I guess. Yeah, so I mean in character, Sej
Oh, the
has nothing to say. But out of character, should we be taking Darwin to the authorities or should we turn him over to his grandfather?
I trust the church more. The
Yeah.
problem here is that Sarath is still under its control.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So how do we move?
Slowly.
Sarath is restrained with the chain. I suppose he can still walk around.
I mean, you do already know how to break charm effects.
Yeah. Well, that's a thing.
Yes, we have to kill one of them.
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
Yes.
So you're going to kill Sarath.
No, I'm just gonna bite him.
This is not how this is how vampires work.
Actually, no. What's your AC?
I mean, that's a hit. I don't think he's
Yeah.
there, but that's a hit.
Okay. Well, I've beaten him. Yeah. Sej is just going to walk up and bite Sarah.
Well, that will hit. So I guess he gets a saving throw.
Yeah, but he's not here for like 20 minutes. So.
No, but he gets a saving throw. So I think it was.
You can just go onto his.
I know. I'm just trying to double check what he has to roll. It's wisdom.
And a +9 last time.
Serge, are you back?
Sej has always been here. You mean Sarah?
Yes. Sarath too.
I'm back. Sorry.
Okay.
Go
You just
ahead
got bit.
Go
Yeah,
ahead and
you
make me a
were
wisdom
bitten.
saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Wisdom. Nope. Wrong sheet.
Hey.
You no longer have a hateful and compulsive urge to try and smother Diera in the middle of the night.
Nice.
Nice. Okay. Good job, everyone.
So did anyone figure it out, or did this just happen?
Serge just bit you in the face.
Oh,
Not in the face, on the arm.
Boop the snoot.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, okay. Sarath's back, so I guess I can take off the chain.
So you have taken 8 damage. Sorry.
Yeah. 'Cause as far as I can tell, they cannot willingly end their charm early. I've not been able to find anything that says they can. So basically, his final command was "Kill me if you must," but kill Diera in the middle of the night while he's sleeping.
it was more specifically the one in black. I was gonna tell Bruin to wear black if worst case scenario came around.
Pretty much all of you are wearing black, apart from Sej.
I'm
And I
not
think, and I
wearing
think
black.
Pock's wearing brown.
Yeah.
Actually, my character's not wearing black at all. It's just a token that could
Well,
find.
also, the order was not to kill yourself.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, don't suicide yourself. Yeah. Anyway, so now we need to take the Incubus to somebody who is not charmed or another fiend.
Let's gag it for now, though. We don't want it talking.
Yeah, the chain might also be a good idea on it.
Yeah.
On top of the ropes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, before we do, ask the Incubus. Have you charmed or brought under influence any members of the various churches and religions in this city? Yeah, the fiends.
Yeah.
You or the other fiends. That's what I said. Unless I did, which is I meant.
I can't speak for the others, but I have not.
Yeah. Okay. Shall we take them to the church then?
If you sort of look back at Darwin again, he's now sort of on his knees, sort of a bit wide-eyed, some tears running down his cheeks, and he seems to be sort of viciously sort of trying to scrub at his hands and forearms.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, yeah, that's a good point. We take him back to his grandfather, and maybe Saroth gets the Church of St. Cuthbert involved and being like, hey, there's a demon infestation in the city. Look, sorry, not a demon, a fiend infestation in the city. Look, a fiend. And then drop the fucking incubus on the table in front of him.
I mean, if they're not believing a paladin's word, I guess time to drop full fucking demon on them.
Exactly.
Which I'm also assuming while you're trussing him up like a turkey and carrying him, the air is probably constantly whispering to the demon, "Don't try to escape."
Yes. Don't try to escape. Don't do anything.
It's his new prayer mantra.
And it's certain if he needs to constantly say it.
Yeah, I mean, we're not attacking him now, and we're not asking many more questions.
But I don't know what the spell does.
Suggestion kind of has weird loopholes, trust me.
Okay.
Yeah, because if Rowan picks him up from his current location, he will try and get back there, because that was the order that Diero gave him, and told to keep doing.
Yeah.
So he will try to escape from you to go back to the corner.
Yes.
Yeah. I guess then it would be amended to be do not try and escape from Ruin's grasp.
I mean, honestly, it could be as simple as just don't try to escape and pretty much just keep on repeating that over and over, and he will just lie there.
But either way, unless do we have any opposition to this plan?
I don't think so. I mean, as I said again, out of character, my thought is if we think the guard is compromised, start a holy fucking crusade.
Just what we need for Autumn Festival or whatever this is.
So there's a fight festival tomorrow, but tonight we burn things.
Indeed.
And
If we pay enough gold, we can get the Templars on our side.
So, judging from how Crusades work in Crusader Kings, does the winner get to keep the brothel?
Yes.
They need to. I think the new rules mean you have to set the beneficiary of the crusade.
Fine. Which, if any of you have a kid, they get the brothel. Otherwise, it belongs to Kosh. Anyway, yes, you can trust him up. Guy can do whatever you wish, and then carry him out of here. You might have to carry Darwin as well.
Sure.
I'll put him on a disc.
Here, you
That's
just lie
possible.
down here and be traumatized in silence.
Precisely.
He's pretty much just sort of rocking back and forth and clawing at his own skin, just sort of muttering, "Can't get it clean, can't get it off.
Yeah,
What,
this is
what have I done?"
this is why I'm saying we need to get him back to his grandfather and not turn him
Yeah.
over to the guard in any capacity.
Mm.
Mhm.
Must wash away sin.
We
Yeah,
might have
I
to-
did explain a bit of this to Zeb in how the charm works.
Yep.
You're conscious the entire time. You're aware of everything you're doing, and well, so he remembers everything he was made to do, and is kind of mortified.
Yes.
Which one will be taking out of the fees? That's my crusading.
Yeah. We might have to punch every single person we come across to get them out of the charm, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
You start
We'll
with
punch
each
that
other.
bridge when we get to it.
I approve of crossing bridges.
Please do not bite the villagers. That's all the commoners, I mean.
They have not washed recently. They might have plague.
If Ruin becomes king, his decree is that every person is required by law to hit themselves in the face every time they wake up
Mhm.
or before they go to sleep.
Have I been charmed today? Pfft, no.
Anyway, we go.
Yeah.
Na-na-na-na-na.
The ride.
Also, just for note, I used the lay of hands to heal that damage.
Okay.
Okay.
In case you were
Sweet.
wondering why I didn't change my token stats.
So you make your way through the streets carrying a large, well, essentially a wrapped up carpet.
Mhm.
Or in this case, bedsheet with incubus inside, constantly telling it to not struggle, and you have a slightly raving madman sitting on a floating disc following along behind you.
Yep.
I mean, we can probably use the carriage. We can probably use the carriage, but same difference, really.
Uh,
I also keep forgetting we had the carriage. So how useful it is.
Yeah, I suppose you did want to use your carriage, and you could travel. So yes, you could probably put Darwin in there,
yeah.
so you're not visibly transporting a raving madman around the city.
Yeah. And we'll probably have the incubus there too
Yeah,
with
going to
people.
pulse him at all times. Yeah.
Sadly, none of my spells will help his suffering at this moment.
Yes, we need modify memory too.
Or a lot of self-flagellation
Yeah.
and prayer. Yes, you're able to transport him back across the city. I'll just bring you back over to the city map. Make your way back over to the Temple of Palor. Well, it's now slowly getting into the evening. The sky is darkened above. Most of the streets of the city are starting to clear up a bit. There's still a little bit of foot traffic. And the temple is quiet and mostly empty. There's a few people praying toward the back and a few clerics around. As you make your way inside, you see Bishop Wilcott will come out of a side chamber at the rear of the temple and sees you all coming with Darwin. Unless you're leaving him in the carriage for now.
No, we'll bring him.
He sort of sees you all coming, sort of rushes forward through the temple, sort of, greets all of you, and then sort of, rushes to Dar and sort of, sort of cupping his head in his hand, sort of looking at his face and then looking at the state of him as he's still been sort of scratching and clawing at his arms. It's good that you've all returned, but what's happened to him?
We found the source of his. What we have found the source. What has vexed him?
The source? And then, please speak.
Make sure nobody sees us, and I guess we'll flash him the fiend or something. Behold.
If you up a little bit of the sheet so that you can see the fiend still trussed up inside, so they sort of go a bit sort of wide-eyed and then sort of, make a quick symbol across his chest, say a few prayers, and by the gods.
It gets worse.
There's more than one of them here in the city.
He's just going to glance at the state of his grandson and say, I believe you. Come quickly. And sort of, takes the Darwin by the hand and starts to lead him back toward the rear chamber of the temple and sort of beckons all of you to follow.
Okay, time to incite him.
Well, he looked he looked genuinely shocked and a little frightened when you showed him your captured fiend, and is also genuinely concerned about the well-being of his grandson.
There's no any weird reactions like with Darwin when we caught him on a lie.
No sort of weird reactions. He's as he's starting to lead Darwin back along the main thoroughfare of the temple, you can see him clutching a holy symbol that hangs from on a chain around his neck, and is incanting a few things to Darwin to try and heal some of the wounds he's inflicted upon himself.
Yeah. Okay, good. Then we follow.
Yeah, he seems genuine in his reaction. It probably might be worse if you hadn't been trying to. He's effectively inflicted 1 or 2 damage to himself. He's not. He sort of leads him back down the main thoroughfare and off to a different side chamber at the rear of the temple, beckoning you all forth.
Yeah. Keep an eye out for anything suspicious, but there we go.
He sort of leads you in there. He sort of, seats down, and opens up a small cupboard, starts rummaging through it before taking out a small bottle and, gently holding the back of his grandson's head, he places the bottle to his lips and makes him drink it, which after a few moments Darwin seems to relax and sort of slumps back into a sitting position against the wall. Just a sleeping potion to help Keep him calm for the time being. Help him rest.
Indeed, he needs it at this point.
But you said fiends as plural, yes?
Multiple,
yes.
yes.
And-
5 in this scouting group. And
Yes.
they have a portal in the city.
Yes.
How could this happen? How could any of this?
Because you are corrupt, fat, and complacent. No. Well, everybody is in this city. I guess.
It's like, well, you're right.
Murphy.
Well, you're right about 2 of those.
I'm
Yep.
not fat.
He is fat and he is complacent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Evil is wherever it is allowed to take root. And even in our hearts.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, my thing is cutting in and out.
But yes, there are fiends in the city, and we must do something about them.
How have you been keeping this one controlled?
Magic.
I'm very persuasive.
Actually, yeah, we've got this motherfucker inside a church now. Is it unhappy?
It seems to be writhing a little bit.
So it's consecrated. Good.
Indeed, most of the
It might be-
temples seem to be consecrated ground.
He might be dehydrated. He should probably drink some holy water. He's a demon!
You can't be an asshole to a demon. Well, I guess you can be, but still.
You can be a bit too judacious when fighting demons, but killing them with the right.
Indeed. The only reason it is not currently back in hell is because we needed to show it to somebody.
Yes, of course. Proof is good. If there's something to be done, people need convincing.
We could have brought you its ash pile, but we didn't think that would have the same effect.
Indeed. We have managed to extract information from the fiend that there are indeed 4 others besides it, and they have enthralled several people within the city itself. And we are unsure who we can trust as a result.
Yeah, there's also one other thing I should quickly double check here as well.
Oh. Double check. Double check.
Ooh.
Oof.
In some regards, that is lucky on your part.
Is it going to burst into flames and die?
No.
Are we going to burst in flames and die?
I hope not. I mean, you shouldn't. Are any of you fiends?
No, not last time I looked.
Because in terms of this place being consecrated ground, more specifically, the temple has had the forbidden spell pretty much cast permanently upon the grounds. So this thing, when it was brought inside, took 5d10 radiant damage, which put it at 1 health.
Wow.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, but we didn't damage it, so
Yeah.
the suggestion doesn't end, right? Right.
Double check suggestion. I think it's only if any
Nope.
of you damage it. It's not if it
no,
takes
it's-
damage.
Yes, no, basically it's any party member, because somehow magic knows, like, it allows for a spell that is so open-endedly bullshit like suggestion, but the universe knows, get around the obvious thing of just stand there while, or stand there and not move while my friends beat the shit out of you.
Because here's the other interesting thing about the forbidden spell.
Mm.
It pretty much has one other way, only really one way of getting away from you guys, which is it can go to the ethereal plane.
That
It's-
the spell stops it from doing that.
As soon as you brought it in here, that's no longer an option. So even if suggestion had ended, it's fucked.
Booyah!
You are stuck here now, bitch.
Oh
Never
yeah,
getting out.
we can leave it to the religious people to keep him in prison forever.
Mhm.
No.
Yeah, even if your suggestion ends, you've got him tied up and he can't go into the ethereal plane while inside the temple.
Nice.
Which basically, if you went to the ethereal plane, it would immediately remove any of the ropes that bind him. But while he's here, he can't. So
And because Diero told him to not try and escape, he couldn't do it before.
Mhm.
yep. So now, even if you let your suggestion fall off, he can start lying to you.
Mhm.
It's not going anywhere.
Mhm.
He's not happy right now. That's for sure.
I can imagine that he's smoking quite a lot.
Yeah. It also smells a little bit like ozone.
And bacon.
Because
Yeah,
he,
when
he took a lot of radiant damage, which basically is just burning off the surface layer of his skin.
And of course, you got this. It's basically concentrated by the sun priests. Basically, he basically set on fire.
It's,
Very.
it's pretty much what it feels like to him. He was kind of. I think you had him sort of gagged as well as tied, but
Yes,
he was
you
basically
did.
just letting out mumbled screams as soon as you entered the temple.
Which we
So-
were ignoring.
Yeah. So now we just invite all the other priests here
Indeed.
to do a quick powwow between religions, and
Except the priest of the Raven Queen.
yeah, fuck that. They have a fiend under their church, so they are
Yes.
probably
Complicit.
mind controlled. So I would imagine.
God, no, we can't deal with priests of the Raven Queen. We will get cut on all that edge.
Yeah.
Crawling in my skin.
That is one thing about them, is they are very obsessed with death.
Your
But
death
not in-
or their death.
But yes, time for you to form the Council of Palor.
The Council of Religion.
The Council of Ruin.
That's me.
Yes, it is.
One sec. Be right
Hey,
back.
yeah, maybe that should be our group name.
The Council
Council
of
of
Ruin.
Ruin.
Kind of morbid,
Ruin
isn't
and
it?
friends.
The Council of Ruin has come to town. Oh, what do they want? They want to help us stop this demon infestation. What?
So the Council of Ruin is here. It's a very morbid name. And no, it's just mine.
I mean, I feel like it's a name that will spread pretty effectively, but I mean, I do
For the wrong
feel,
reasons.
Yeah, I do feel people will come. It will expect us to, come in and burn cities down.
We'll end up with
people-
other adventuring parties coming after
It's
us.
like people will fear you and your wrath, thinking you're a bunch of murder hobos.
Well, I mean, if this spreads, I mean, if the news about purging the fiends comes out, then Council of Ruin will be known as some kind of Inquisition group,
I will say,
completely insane.
Murder hobos.
No, you can't call yourselves murder hobos. You let a small tribe of goblins roam freely with a new king.
None of them
True.
were fiends.
also, I have a home.
Yes.
You what?
Also true.
I have a
They're
carriage.
homeless.
To be honest, the closest to a murder hobo in the group is probably literally Sej.
But just because he's neutral and is indifferent to people living.
And also
Sej-
he lives in a camp.
that's
When
and Ruin. I'd add
Yeah.
Ruin to the list as well. So I think it's Sej and Ruin who have literally no home to go to if
yeah.
the group dissolved tomorrow.
I live in my cart.
Technically, yeah.
Sej has a
Yeah,
tent.
it's carriage. Yeah, I forgot my own carriage. God damn it.
Yeah. Like Bishop Wilcox sort of, point toward an altar in the middle of the chamber that he's led you down to and say, place the creature there and bind it down. Keep it trapped here for now. It's good that you brought it here to the grounds of our temple, because while it is here, it should not be able to leave.
Indeed.
We'll have to speak to the heads of some of the other temples. It will take a little time to arrange things. You'll have to be interrogated.
Do not talk to the birds. The bird temple.
The Raven Queen, why?
The portal is at the graveyards.
Yeah,
And-
in their
and-
suppository.
And really, why do we care about the Raven Queen's opinion?
You're kidding, right?
That is the information we received.
Sort of bows his head and sort of mutters another prayer.
This is the information we made it tell the truth about.
See, this is the problem with neutral good.
Neutral good?
Yeah. This priest and his god.
Oh yeah.
We
So
must,
they're
really-
nice standing to the freaking Raven Queen.
we must interrogate him further. I need to see to my grandson.
Indeed.
You have all done well bringing this to our attention. I will speak to the heads of some of the other temples. If you, Sir Paladin, could speak to those in charge of your own.
Of course, I'll be glad to speak with. Yes, Art has become a paladin suddenly. You're welcome, Hale. It's probably the safest place you can be right now. I have no clue where the consecration ends and doesn't end, so I guess you can figure that out if you want to.
Judging from when the creature started reacting, the doors of the temple, which anything inside of the walls.
Gotcha.
I wish I had some means to compensate you for what you've already done.
3 resurrections.
That actually wouldn't be bad, no. We might need it.
Do you have a Rakshasa hat? We kind of need one.
Yeah, it turns out our previous clue on one was a complete fluke.
Well, sadly, resurrections do not come cheaply, so I cannot guarantee they'd be free.
Boo.
How about a buy one, get one free?
I hope you're not planning to die.
I have this insurance claim fraud in the works.
Oh my god, I never thought of that.
Would you like to buy medical insurance from Paylor?
How fucked is life insurance in this setting?
I mean, I don't know. Can you have multiple payments if you die and come back, or do you have to refund it?
I don't think life insurance would be a thing so much as resurrection insurance would be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, in life insurance in case you become unresurrectable.
True.
For just 12 easy payments of 875 gold.
I'm not certain if in 5th
Can we-
edition there is anything that grants resurrection.
Can we buy resurrection insurance?
Like I said, depends upon the type of resurrection you need. If you need it instantly after death, I mean, well, that would cost a lot because you've got to be able to get the cleric to you in 10 minutes or less.
Really raised no, revivify is fucked.
I know
Realistically,
that's 1 minute or less, isn't it? And then it's like 1 day or I think one of them's like a day after, one of them's like within a month, and then one of them's just like, oh, fuck it, I'll just bring him back. We don't even need a body.
I think it goes straight from revivify, which is within a minute, to raise dead, which is 10 days. So raise dead is the more realistic, thing for Revivify is great for adventuring parties since we have magic and are in immediate proximity to each other. But your average Joe who drops dead is probably not going to have a cleric on hand within 60 seconds. So
No, they have a clone spell cast and
If nothing else,
in
we
a
could.
jar, and then they resurrect from the jar.
If nothing else, it might be prudent. If the church could provide us several holy waters to help fight against the fiends.
if we're going to fight a lot more fiends, then we might need to talk more about that resurrection.
I'm going for things I can actually ask for that I know that I'm going to get. That I might be able to get.
Okay, what about diamonds? Like, they must have a shitload of those. Everything costs diamonds. No, not really. Move.
What they can compensate with is in some potions and tinctures.
Holy relics? No, they're not gonna give relics.
They're not going to give it to non-paler people anyway. Yeah, no.
Free disease and poison removal. You're a paladin already, but
If I don't have to spend extra healing for that, I guess it could be decent enough. And if I get knocked out.
yes. I must speak with the heads of the other temples, so that will take time to arrange.
It's like 1,000 gold in diamonds. Or gold points worth of diamonds. So the number of diamonds needed for the spell changes every time, more or fewer diamonds are added to the market.
Yes.
This is why people don't think about economics in D&D.
Wait,
Where do all these diamonds come from exactly when you need, 25,000 gold worth?
From hell.
That makes too much sense.
Wait, since resurrection spells consume the diamonds, does that mean that after you cast resurrection and consume the diamonds for it, that any other resurrection spell that's going to be cast from then on requires slightly less diamond, since all the diamonds remaining became slightly more valuable?
That's far too complex a train of thought. Also, whichever god you're basically praying to have the resurrection done by their divine power, how much bling do they have?
True.
Since the diamonds are consumed, but since you're getting it from the divine power, the diamonds, when they're consumed, must go somewhere, so they go to the god.
That comic is genius.
Comic?
In Discord.
It pretty much summed up everything involving magical ingredients.
Okay, so, but yeah, no, they're gonna interrogate the fiend themselves. I assume they have means. So I guess we can fuck off. We need to go and sign up for the arena fights.
Oh yeah, we need to beat the shit out of people for money and glory.
And rest,
Well.
so we get all of our various bits and pieces back.
Yeah, it is currently late. It's currently fairly late in the night now. Definitely quite dark out, so it's getting quite quiet.
Yeah.
And yes, the tournament occurs tomorrow.
Tournament arc.
What you are aware of in case the tournament for how the rules are is that you have to roll in the morning, bouts begin at noon, and you will not be fighting other people, you will be fighting monsters that have been caught in the wild and brought here so that you can battle for the entertainment of the masses.
Don't care. Tournament arc.
Are you not entertained?
That's a Rakshasa we can take.
Don't worry, in the middle of the tournament arc, we were having a break for a filler episode as well as a beach episode, so I hope you're all ready for that.
Sesh
get-
likes to swim.
Do we get more points for flashy performance, like unarmed combat with whatever beasts they send at us?
If you're willing to, do extra things to try to entertain the crowd, potentially.
Okay, so what if I just, trusted in my high AC to keep me alive and vicious mockeried a beast to death? Because good luck fucking hitting me if I'm giving you disadvantage every turn.
Depending on which beast, I would actually be quite impressed if you did that. If you did it in the first round, not that impressive. If you did it if you get to the final round and do it then, quite impressive actually.
I mean, I could do it if I only had to worry about myself and it was a beast without a bunch of special abilities. I could do it to almost anything. It would just take for fucking ever.
But yeah, the teams aren't anywhere. You can join a single person, and they go up to as many as 8.
Well, there's 6 of us.
Does that mean we can add in Caution the Bat? Is there like a? I'm not sure there's a minimum intelligence level to join, but if so, Kosh still makes it.
There will be an IQ test beforehand to make sure you understand the rules.
Sorry, Bat.
You should be saying sorry, Sesh.
Bat is probably more intelligent than Sesh.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Everyone in the party is more intelligent than Sesh. Droop was more intelligent than Sesh, and he was an idiot. I almost fell out of my chair. Yes,
So yeah, no. Well, I really would like to do some solo tournament arc. I'd say we do it in a team. Team fight.
Considering that seems balanced around teams, I'm pretty sure it would be best indeed if we didn't all go ahead and do this solo.
Plus, it's better marketing if everybody is there.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's not the only tournament. It's just the biggest.
Plus, I'm not nearly as good fighting stupid beasts as I am fighting, intelligent humanoids and all that. If we were fighting a bunch of other adventuring teams, this could get stupid quickly.
Well, yeah, because then I'd also have to pretty much stat out like 20 to 30 NPCs with higher levels to face you.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it awesome when you've got an adventure up that requires just a shitload of stat blocks be made for characters who the party will encounter once and then you throw them in the trash? It's awesome.
Isn't that every time you've had a tournament arc?
I don't think I remember doing tournament arcs specifically, but I can think of plenty of adventures where I've had to spend a shitload of time just doing tons of stat blocks that I know are then going to be thrown in the trash and never used again because these people are gonna die in this adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Magic
Well,
is
about that
worse.
time? Sorry,
Don't get me
about
wrong,
that time when we completely bypassed the combat.
Which one? That's happened a couple times.
When we went to that, well, not Netherlands, but also the one in the colonies when we went to investigate that mine.
The mine didn't really matter. That was just a bunch of generic Insight Rank 1 and Insight Rank 2 wrote in. They were all stock sheets I've had in my pocket forever. The one in the city was mildly annoying because I'd made a bunch, but it didn't really matter because it was still a bunch of generic stat blocks that I knew would come in at some point. At that point, all the spider things were new, but okay, doesn't matter. These spider stat blocks will get used at some point. And the goblin stat blocks as well, probably. Since I had just a shitload of generic spider, different types of spider antagonists and or goblin antagonists, depending on which way you went.
Indeed.
Well, I think we're safe for now. You can all, for the time being, leave Darwin and your unnamed captured incubus in the hands of the Temple of Palor. Make your way back to the lodge for the evening, where you can get yourself a good meal and some rest. And we will pick up. No.
Oh, you want to inspect the incubus? I understand.
It had a loincloth. As you know, it was wearing pants.
Was it?
They are magic pants.
So it didn't look like it was wearing pants in the picture. It looked like it was just a loincloth. But
I mean, you know, it does what it will.
oh yeah, oh yeah, that's true. So the thing has no magic steel.
To be fair, that succubus was trying to imitate being an actual person, rather. This one's just hiding about and getting some people to kill each other.
Yes. It was there to scout things out. Not engage in punching out magics.
That's why it immediately tried to run. Should have run on the first round, honestly, rather than wasting some time charming. But
I mean, it almost got me to kill you in the middle of the night, so.
yeah, I mean, we were going to end that at some point anyway. But
Yeah, I mean, that might happen even without a succubus, but we're still waiting.
how high is my AC when I'm unconscious?
I'm assuming you take your armor off and you don't have your shield and you can't react
God,
to
no.
Dear,
Why
to sleep
would
with the shield on top of him.
Okay. Well,
Diarra sleeps like a little turtle.
if you sleep in your armor, then I'm gonna have to start giving you exhaustion effects.
No.
It's like you cannot sleep well while you're wearing that armor.
God, I'm the only person in here who wears heavy armor that actually has to take it off.
Well, I mean, Ruin doesn't even sleep; it's just part of him.
I know, that's why I say I'm the only one who wears armor that has to take it off.
Living that sweet medium armor life.
Heavy armor art before you say anything.
Alright, you get your plate armor now.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say at the end of the session since we're leaving out anyway. I was going to see if the armor was ready.
Yes, if you're so inclined, you can make a quick pit stop over at the store and pick up your armor.
Also, Art wears armor.
Light armor, doesn't she?
Well, yeah, I know, but we're being very generous in calling your leather jacket armor.
I wear magic armor. It's better than normal armor.
Yes, because wizards aren't allowed to wear armor. The moment you put on like chainmail or whatever, they come in and take your wizard stick away.
No, you just need to be trained in it in 5th edition.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so
I could wear full plate.
No, I mean technically yes, if you took a shitload of feats for it. But if you were to just wear chainmail right now, that's
no. Now if I got a single level of like fighter or paladin, then I could wear it and cast away.
Correct.
Which is why Eldritch Knight is completely pointless.
Yeah.
I think the only other way you could have gone not heavy armor. I think dwarves get armor proficiency. So they can have medium armor wizards, I think. I think that may be a variant I'm thinking of. You know which?
So yeah, did we have a team name that we will register under?
Council of Ruin.
Council of Ruin.
They will ruin everyone else's day in this tournament.
Yeah.
The absence of ruin.
Wow. Great slogan.
Also, what was it? Ruin is probably like our best mascot figurehead. I don't know. He's the easiest one we could put on like shirts and other merchandise.
Yeah. The
He cuts
phase
the
is
very
merchandising.
Look, that's the inevitable path this takes, okay? At some point we're gonna need to start merchandising ourselves. That's where all the money is. And those resurrections are not cheap. That's true. At some point, if people start digging into Ruin, we might need to actually, give him a fake identity, since living suit of armor probably doesn't go over well.
What is it to be alive?
Guess I'll catch you guys later.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Yeah.
We will pick up next time with the tournament.
Yeah.
Same bat time, same bat
Before
time.
you leave, Elder, gotta get the stats for the magical armor.
Yes.
And for the rest of you,
Yes.
Thank you.
we've got a village to save tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was it the valley? No, I guess
Well,
it's also
Yeah, the entire
multiple
valley
villages.
needs saving. Yeah.
Up.
indeed.
See you then.
Yep, have a good
Bye.
one.
Bye.
See you
See
later,
ya.
guys. Bye.
Catch you later.